Hello everyone, this is Defense Politics Asia. Today, this video is going to talk about the day 6 summary of the actions in Ukraine. Day 6 is actually the 1st of March. Now is the 2nd of March morning in Ukraine. So let's go around. From at the key front, there is this unconfirmed report of a Belarusian column spotted in Mikhailo Kosubitsky. They were mentioned to be traveling towards Slabin and Paku. Unfortunately, this cannot be confirmed even till now. There is no other sighting of the Belarus forces within Ukraine. I haven't seen anything yet, and this might be a wrong sighting. And even Belarus had not mentioned anything. They are only saying that they are going to reinforce their border along Ukraine. So I think this is might be misinformation, might be misciting, because Ukraine government is known to exaggerate things or make things up, so that to push the feelings of the trend of the war and all these things. And it is actually probably effective to put pressure on the NATO countries or the European Union to act faster. But I will still be continuing to look out for the Belarusian column that was mentioned. I'm not too sure where they are. And there is a attack on the supply line. This one was quite nice. There's a picture here where they attack some of the supply trucks, and this was in Borodyanska. Is off Kiev, so which we can also see that there are a lot of troops, Ukrainian troops all around, maybe like hunter squads or something, hunting for and intercepting supply lines, making it difficult for the siege in Kiev on the west flank here, more difficult, because most of the fighting is actually around Irpin and Bucha, this area. And because there's an important airfield here that the Russians are trying to keep, and the forces here seems to be either not there or very sparse. The fighting isn't really at this spot. The fighting is actually mostly on this spot. So but I don't want to change the border yet, because I haven't seen indications that the Ukrainians taken control over this area. So if the Ukrainians can clearly say, oh, this part there's no more Russians, then I think it's more safer to actually remove. If not, we might have the wrong geopolitical the entire strategic view of the war wrong. Because as long as this area is in pink, which means that the Russians are actually traveling freely mostly around this area, despite that they are always getting intercepted and destroyed along the way. And this area is very sparse. I think that there is there's a lot of problems reinforcing this part, as the traveling from the Sumy front to the Kiev front seems to be problematic, and the forces do continue to move in from Chernihiv, but looks like they are still concentrating more on bombardment rather than a ground invasion into Kiev. So in terms of the Sumy front, there's nothing to report. Everything remains the same. And let's check. This will be easier. Kharkiv front also similarly, there's no updates on the Kharkiv front. Kupiansky, the civilians were protesting. I think they even changed the flag. They removed the Russian flag and put back their own Ukrainian flag in the government building. By that being said, I don't think that's the Russian intention to actually hold ground. But they are not getting friendly support. I don't want to go to the Donbass first. Let's go to here, Kherson. So Kherson, despite I put it in this way, the Russians are able to go in and out freely in Kherson. the troops are actually patrolling and moving around. But they don't seem to be have like full control over the Kherson city of Kherson. They seems they so I put this here. So they are still trying to consolidate and control the city, and from the look of it, from how I observe, I feel that they are no longer going to move further from Kherson anymore. I think they are just going to control this point and then maintain, because if they can control this city, then it put pressure on the Ukrainians to continue to defend this area from Mykolaiv to Kryvyi Rih, because this will represent a free road through into the center of Ukraine. But by the look of it, they are not intending to invade into the heartlands, and they are not even trying to attack Mykolaiv again. And in terms of Odessa, they, from what I've seen on social media, they are actually preparing for any amphibious landing. They are preparing the beach. They are making sandbag. They are preparing for an invasion, which I don't think will come. I don't think Russia plans to take Odessa anymore. It looks like this entire thing is off the map for the Russians. I think the strategic situations dictate that they can no longer afford to go to war here, and maybe they want to consolidate this area, and that's why there's no more attack into Mykolaiv. They tried once, right, and then they didn't seem to want to try again. So there on this part, there is a report that some Ukrainian forces with Russian body armor beneath their uniform, their Ukrainian uniform, attacked Tokmak, and they actually driven most of the troops south. But the city is still within Russian control. Russia continued to leave some patrols and reconnaissance troops within the city, maybe just to patrol and hold it in a way, because this is an important transport hub, or at least the road hub, to go across the eastern side of Ukraine. So I think they are quite determined to hold this city. But the main bulk of the forces actually, from what I read, is that they move south of the city to prevent getting attacked, I guess. No news in terms of the Enerheda. I think the Russians are not going to attack this city because of the nuclear power plant there. That is not the Russian intention. And then I think this part as well, I think this entire Bucha force might not even be there anymore. Similarly, I'm not going to just move this. I'm going to just leave it there for now. And then Berdyansk was already conquered the day before. And so now let's come to the Donetsk. We start from Mariupol. So we can confirm that Talakivka is taken by the Russians, and then they are trying to take Satana, which is the suburb of Mariupol. The fighting is still around there. And then on the Crimean front side, where the Crimean forces is actually in Mariupol now, and they are actually fighting in this area. And then OSIN, open source intelligence people on Twitter, actually geolocated the exact point, which is actually around here. They are actually fighting around here. So there is a lot of talk about them encircling, and then even the Russians are saying that, but it's really hard to confirm this information. But it's not inconceivable that at least until here the Russians could have taken this place. Until this point, it's a bit harder to tell. So the map is just going to leave it like this. And moving up north, Vernovka is actually under attack by the Russians, but we haven't seen any news that the town has fallen. And then there is some talk about battle for Kamyanka, but I think this is from the day before. Yeah, this is from the day before. So wrong information, sorry. And then of significant yesterday was the fall of Starobilsk. Starobilsk has fallen to the Russian. This is a confirmed information. The Russian troops is actually inside, and there is no news regarding the Ukrainian troops at Belovosk. And the educated assumption, as per the video that I published yesterday, was that they are likely to have withdrawn northeastward and then eastward out. Because if you can see the white line here, this is the border to Russia. It's unlikely that they will actually move any more north. So the more likely path of retreat will be this way and this way in, and then go towards Izium, or go and reinforce Severodonetsk, or they could actually go to all these smaller villages around here to kind of like hold up there. I don't think they will be holding this city anymore, because if not, they're going to get encircled, because Makivka is confirmed under the Russian control. So to avoid encirclement, they have to get out. So this is the general picture of the situation on the ground for yesterday, which is the 1st of March. And we will see what's going to happen today. And then today will mark the 7th day, because yesterday was the 6th day. So today will be 1 week of the conflict, and then let's see whether the Russians can consolidate anything within 1 week, or they might take another week for them to actually get at least their secondary military objective, which I believe is the securing of Donetsk and Luhansk. So that's all. Please subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.